Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. Amy Schumer celebrated her 40th birthday in hilarious fashion today on Instagram. I spoke with her and co-star Rory Scovel about their rom-com, I Feel Pretty.
The movie was really funny. You never know going in, it was like, is it going to be like Shallow Hal, but flipped? And no, it was its own thing. It was fresh. It was funny. I was laughing from
Thank you.
So.
That's awesome. That's good news.
Now, I'm sure you get pitched, scripts all the time. What jumped out about this one? Was it the idea that you get to play sort of two versions of the same person, or?
It was the money. No, it was the message. It's exactly what I wanted to communicate, and my thing has been empowering women since I realized I had a voice that people were listening to it all, and this is just the exact message I wanted to make.
And how about you when you get tapped to say, hey, I'm going to be starring with the Amy Schumer?
We've
been friends for 12 years.
Did you guys know each other from the stand-up?
Didn't know her before the movie. Met her at the hadn't seen her stuff.
Did a table read. Casting couch.
It was it was pretty bizarre. It was a great experience. Yeah, having known each other for a long time was definitely a benefit to walking into uncharted territory for myself. But yeah, it was great, and I agree. Like the message is. It's such a clear message, and also one that you want to be a part of. So if someone taps you on the shoulder and says, "Come do this," you're like, "Oh, good! It's not only fun and funny."
Well, first you're like, "Get off of me."
Yeah.
Why didn't you just call?
Yeah.
Why the tap?
Yeah. But I appreciated the be there in person to say, "Hey, do this."
Do you remember the exact meeting when you guys met back in the stand-up days?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We had
a dry cleaner, and you had vomit to get off.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
How did you know?
It was a similar version of that.
Yeah.
That was a true story?
It was before our audition for Montreal, right?
Yeah.
The Montreal Comedy Festival, it's kind of a big deal for comics to get invited to go, and we were both
Comic
auditioning.
strip.
Yeah, the comic strip, Upper East Side of New York.
Got there too early, and they told us to get out of the way while the other show was finishing, so we went next door and got a drink, and I said, you know what? I've got this idea for a movie for 14 years from now.
He envisioned it.
And you wait till your time.
I said, okay, I'm going to trust you on this.
And then you proceeded to go up on stage and do the contest.
We both got the festival. We both, right?
I think I got it like the next year or 2 years later.
Ouch!
Yeah. It's such a political game.
They don't know about that here.
I don't know. We're not looking at the Capitol building right behind you.
I know.
No, but you guys both mentioned the theme. What exactly is that takeaway? Obviously, it's sort of beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Except in this case, it's you are the one that comes to that realization. But what sort of, let's say if there's young girls or young boys, anyone.
Yeah, however they identify.
Just own it. Be your confident self.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I hope that's what you took away from it. It's well, first of all, we just want people to laugh and have a good time. But okay, good. I like the idea of people leaving there feeling better and more empowered and realizing that it's about how you feel and not about what you see in the mirror or what other people tell you that they see. It's about how you feel.
Yeah, and definitely a great lesson to learn at a very young age. So appealing to anyone younger who sees it is a great benefit.
Was it fun for you, Amy, to, as you're reading the script and figuring out how, physicality, how you're going to play each role. How do you actually shape an approach to each of those? Are you saying I'm going to walk a little taller at post epiphany, or is it a little more slouched in the other one, or It's like
it is like two roles. I definitely did have that, just sort of picturing it while I read the script. But then when I'm doing it, I don't think about what I'm going to do. I just tried to get myself in the right mental state and then kind of live it out. So listen to a lot of Beyonce for one, and then a lot of Nick Drake for the other.
That's what they were. There you go.
Yeah.
So as long as you get in that mental state, musical state, then the body and everything flows.
Yeah, just think about the moments in my life where I felt, sort of the most insecure, or something, a comment somebody said when I was a kid that just took me down, and then and also. But on the other end of that spectrum is just Beyonce, the queen. Thank you.
For this.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of sort of having to play multiple roles at the same time, my favorite scene, at least most fascinating comedy-wise, and maybe compared to other movies you've seen, is the one where after you've already gone back to your original self, you think the spell's been broken, and you come into the bar, and you're supposed to go on a date with him.
Oh,
but
cool.
You sit far away, and he sees you over there, and then he comes over, and you guys both have this little dance, almost like an old screwball comedy or something, where you think she's just being playful with you, but you think that, and he's talking about, hey, I'm about to meet a new girl, and you're like, oh my God, he's going to see another girl.
He thinks that we're role playing.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that was your favorite scene. And that one's really, we've gone to some test screenings, and that scene has been really kind of killing in the theater, and so that's, I think we were both, because it's, again, the theme of this movie and the whole premise is like, if you don't believe that's how she sees herself, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So, but that scene was kind of sad to
and also
live
dramatic.
out.
Yeah, and that sadness of it, I think in the testing of it, people enjoying that scene and believing it, I think it's a testament to believing these two as like an actual couple. Like it is, there's sadness to it, and if you believe it, you feel that sadness, and if you don't, there's no weight to it.
Right.
So.
Oh, we totally believe it. I mean, it's so charming, like in the park scenes with the outdoor movie, or even when your picture will flash up on her phone and it's really
Oh gosh, that makes me laugh.
picture.
That picture.
How was that? I want to know about that picture. Was that a separate day?
He already had
that.
That was the very first day. That was the very first day.
That was his first day of shooting.
Yeah, I went and put on that outfit, and they told me to kick my leg as high as I could kick it. And
did I make
I'm
a
not
huge
gonna lie,
mistake?
I was pretty. Yeah, I thought that. I was like, I don't know what this movie is.
What have I signed on for?
Pretty
here?
shocked how high I got my leg, though.
That was good.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
I can dance.
Well, I don't know.
I can
that.
pose for the pictures where I kick my leg.
Yes, that's what you
How
can
much,
do.
well, I thought it was an amazing little kick. You kicked pretty high.
Thank you.
How much room for improv was there in some of those scenes? Because I feel like sometimes at the bar, even at the park, or especially at the dry cleaner, there's such a naturalistic playfulness between you guys.
Yeah.
How much of that was actually
Whole film.
Not a script. It was like Curb Your Enthusiasm. No,
Very
it
Curb
was.
style.
It was, the script was really. They wrote a really good script, and so we stayed within the framework, but we definitely messed around a little bit.
Yeah.
And then what were you gonna say?
Well, I was just going to say, Mark and Abby, the writers, directors, they did have a great script, and also they were great with spotting the fact that we could play well off each other to let us even do that, and wanting us to do it. I think it makes it also more believable, and we create a better chemistry naturally than trying to specifically hit these lines or these
and that's
jokes.
important. I hate seeing couples in movies when you're just like,
They would
come
never
on,
actually do that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, are you actually there when she's doing the big dance on the bar
Yeah,
stage,
absolutely.
or
The whole
are you
day.
just,
It was a whole
crying
day.
on
All
set,
day.
or how do you keep it together while she's doing it?
It was pretty great. It was pretty interesting to see. I mean, she really had to just completely let go and dance doing these moves in front of.
I did.
And it was a bar filled with people. I don't remember how many extras, but it wasn't just
like
a few.
70
It
extras
was a lot
at
of
least.
people watching her dance over and over again.
Yeah, but then tell them what happened.
And then when it
Tell me
came,
what happened.
well, when it was time to get my coverage, Amy felt, because we've been sitting there all day, that to get a genuine shocked reaction, which is what I'm supposed to give. So she just suddenly took her pants off and still continued to dance
I did
behind
the dance
the camera.
with no pants.
So,
Not Porky Pig. I had underwear on.
but I had, but my reaction is like, oh my God,
That's all.
Amy's really supportive.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, he had to watch this all day, and then finally it's his shot. I was like, I better surprise him somehow.
Did I pick up some New York Knicks court dance moves from Trainwreck in that dance? I think I noticed a couple same shimmies.
Wow, that is possible because I cannot be left to choreograph it myself. So actually, I did call the Danielle Flora, who choreographed the Trainwreck dance, and she gave me the moves to do because those are not just in me. I mostly dance like an aunt at a wedding, surprising herself with her moves. Just
Yeah,
like,
she's had a little too many drinks.
oh,
Look
like,
at me.
who knew I had this in me?
Now, some folks might not know. We were talking a little before we came on air, but those moves may or may not have been honed at one Towson University.
Oh, that's right.
Were those dance moves? Did you try them out up at Towson?
Oh man, so many blackouts in Fells Point.
So you might have.
Or oh god, just a lot of late nights at the Green Turtle.
Yeah.
Or there used to be 723, which had quarter bottles, which is like so dangerous.
Wow.
Yeah, so my dancing was probably just like trying to find a cab to take me home.
Awesome. Well, I got to ask before, I know we're running out of time, but I want to know about when you first hear her do that voice. I mean, I was crying in the theater. It's one of those running jokes that almost gets funnier the longer the movie goes.
Yeah.
Kind
Absolutely.
of taken aback by it, but are you losing it on set as she's doing it? Or I'm wondering how she keeps a straight face.
She really surprised us.
I wasn't there. I saw footage later that Amy had showed me, and I was just like, I started tearing up then because it's not what I thought
No, you
that
think of
character was
her
going to be.
dramatic actress, like incredible, and then
That voice.
the first time I met her, I went to her trailer just to like say hi and talk about the voice a little bit, and she did it for me, kind of like, "What do you think?" And I'm like crying, laughing. I'm like, she was so funny. It's just you really can't judge a Oscar nominee by their. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going.
That's a phrase.
By her recent pay disparity in that all the money in the world.
Right.
No, but speaking of that, actually, this whole era we're in now, Me Too, this movie almost plays the message that we should just, own our own bodies, and, I think it's an empowering sort of movie.
Yeah, the message is not to apologize for being alive as a woman, for being born, and for, realizing that your voice matters, and not to doubt yourself and speak up, and don't start your sentences with, "I'm sorry, but..." So, I think that makes sense.
Well, I'm sorry, but I think they're giving me the wrap-up. So I think I see how I did that.
Yeah, that's good.
Just a final question. What do you think the directors chose? I think it was smart. There's so many scenes where you're looking in the mirror or, reflections and things.
Right.
To not get too carried away and almost gimmicky by showing some weird other reflection. Why do you think it was important? And in keeping with the theme that it's just you looking at you the whole time.
Yeah, I think that was really important to all of us, that you never saw some alt version of me, some like a Giselle, some like busted chick like Giselle. That's going to be the pull quote of this, and I know that. Amy Schumer calls Giselle busted. So it was important to all of us that, because the message is so, it has nothing to do with how you look. It's all how you feel.
Well, my stomach was hurting laughing. So thank you so much. It was a really, really funny movie.
Thank
so thanks
you.
for making it, guys. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for joining us on Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Remember to hit the subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time. I wanted to take a second to tell you about an app I really enjoy. Living in the DC area is great, and Podcast DC gathers all of the local shows that I like all in one local app. Health, sports, local news, politics, and so much more. Podcast DC is the new local app with hundreds of DC area podcasts to choose from. I can earn exciting rewards just for listening and share the podcasts I love instantly. Available in the App Store or in Google Play, listen local with Podcast DC.